There we go.
Now I'm going left.
Looking good.
Let's go. Like that?
Good job. Throw them in the water. Now don't let them ball up. Don't let them ball up. Throw them in the water. Oh, that was...
Ooh.
You got it. Rod tip up. You got it, Melina. Come on. See it? Sea bass. Oh, whoa. That's a beautiful fish. I'll shoot that shit. Hold him underneath. Don't say swears because then I can't use it on TV. All right, Pat, we don't usually start out like this with a preamble ahead of an interview, but it was pretty necessary here. Captain Coral and Captain Joe, who were guests on the show a couple weeks back, and you're about to meet in this episode of Saltwater Sessions, had a mishap.
Yeah, second week of July, going to the dock, start a charter. They get there and they see their boat is at the bottom of the harbor. I mean, horrible news. We had just seen it out a few times this summer when we've been out fishing, honk, honk, wave, wave. And it was, that's their boat for over, I think Coral said over 20 years it's been in the family. So here's a look at it.
It could happen to anyone.
Yeah, for sure.
It happened back at the dock. No one was hurt.
Nope.
So that's the important part. But this boat is part of Joe and Coral's entire life and career. They made a career out of it, fishing for all the right reasons. Such an inspirational fishing duo, as we talk about. Already emotional for me just watching you interview Captain Joe after I left the set, after we interviewed Coral. Just the father-daughter duo and the history and emotion behind it, all the right reasons. Really special. So we wish them the best, but already an example of resilience because they're already fishing. They didn't miss a day, I don't think.
I think the next day they were back out there on a different boat.
It's a hard one, but the epitome of resiliency and lots of community support. So wish them well and get to know this father-daughter duo fishing in the Rhode Island community for a long time and continuing on. Welcome to Saltwater Sessions. Today we have Captain Coral Rose Aiello from Sara Star Charters with us. Pat?
This is awesome, yeah. And an Instagram influencer, star of stage and screen. Thanks for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Exciting guest. Congrats on your 30-year anniversary of Sara Star Charters, Sara Star Charters Sport Fishing, right?
Yes,
30 years.
31 years this year.
Wow, 31.
Yes, last year was 30 years.
All right, so we'll
Even
get that
better.
in later to talk more about the history of it. But we're so excited because, we are, I say anyway, he's more of an expert than me. I'm a wannabe charter dude, I think I know what I'm doing, but he knows far more than me, and you know way more.
more
You've
than
forgotten
both,
more
all
than
of us.
we've ever known about this. So we wanted to get you in here and kind of break down all the aspects of what you do and how long you've been doing it. So, what's it like being out there on the water every day?
I got one first for you, real quick. Sorry to interrupt. What's it like being the best female sport fisher in Rhode Island? Hands down.
Definitely.
It's just my life, so I don't really think. I don't think of it as anything spectacular. But then when people come up to me and they say, "Wow, what you do is so awesome," and they think we have a dream job, and it is to a certain extent. But again, it's work, and it's just like any other job. And I really enjoy being out there and being a face for women, because I didn't see a lot of women growing up in the fishing industry. I could probably name one that I looked up to that was out of Little Compton, and that was pretty much all I had. And I see a lot of people in Florida, but, you know, you don't see anything that's around here. And, you know, it was just something that I was taken to. And, you know, my dad never really pushed it on me. I just happened to like it. And so I like being that face for women because I get a lot of young kids come up to me, especially if I go to shows or something, and they know who I am. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, you're like a trailblazer of sorts. I mean, how long have you been doing it? I mean, I know you've been fishing probably since your dad's involved in the business forever, but when you really started to take it seriously?
16 years ago. So I started at 14. I know people are always a little shocked by that because I look very young, but I'm 30, so I've had a lot of kind of experience under my belt. And I started at 14, and I was just doing it here and there, working once in a while. And I told my dad, "Hey, I want to work for you." And of course, he was a little hesitant because most of his mates, or all of his mates, were men. And, you know, he's like, "I don't know.
We don't want you in this world, Coral."
Yeah, he's like, "I don't know. This, you know, you're 14, you're a girl," and, you know, it just wasn't common. And after the years, I just started working more and more. I got really into it, and he probably saw how much I enjoyed it. And
you can see how you loved it from a young age.
Yeah.
Owen's rolling the tape here of your Instagram.
Yeah, there's a lot of pictures
your childhood
of me.
photos are just amazing, and
Yeah.
that's so special that you stuck with it,
Mm-hmm.
right? We have daughters too, and they come out on the boat, and they love it.
Yeah.
And yeah, speak to that a little bit, just the fishing and family, and how, you know, as an activity, it's just so
Yeah, no, it definitely.
wholesome, if you will.
Yeah, it is wholesome, and it's
When you catch fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
No,
this is boring, Dad.
No.
Yeah, it's the whole experience. You know, it's just being out there and spending time with family. We get a lot of families in the summertime, and a lot of people, especially women and even younger kids, you know, they kind of have this idea that they're not going to like it. They're kind of coming along for their husbands, or, you know, just to accompany them, and they ended up they really enjoy it. And I think that if people gave fishing more of an opportunity, then they would find that it's actually really enjoyable. It's fun. It takes away stress when you're out there. You don't really think, when I'm out there, I don't think about anything else. I'm just fishing, and it just kind of, it's like a meditation almost. You're out
So
there.
you guys
just,
open those doors, I think.
Yeah.
'Cause I saw on the website you but you cater to women.
Yes.
You don't target women.
That would be
You cater-
spearfishing, Lee, and we don't want to target any
species. I
humans.
want to talk about what species you like to target in a second. But no, you do cater to client women groups, right?
Right.
You have a women's...
Yes, on the
focus.
website, there's like
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
so-
I think what it is they see me, they know that I work with my dad, and it
Right.
makes them feel comfortable.
Right.
You know, to come out like, oh, there's a woman on the boat. Maybe I'll feel more comfortable
I think
going out
that's
there.
key.
So.
And you do
that's-
get... What percentage of your clientele is
mean,
girls, women, groups?
We get a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of them, and
That's great.
every once in a while too, we'll get a bachelorette party instead of a bachelor party.
That's
so.
the
like fun.
best.
It's pretty cool sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
You need any 1st
We'll
mates?
bring-
we
we'll bring
could probably
a crew.
hang out
We'll
with
bring a
you.
crew. We'll bring a crew.
See if we can do that. So when you're out there, like, and I've been out there, you know, with Lee, and we're out there, and you see all these boats out there trying to catch fish. What's it like, you know, usually being the only woman in the mix out there, surrounded by all these grumpy men that want to catch fish, and they see you, and have you
Hold
ever
on,
run into...
let me interrupt
No,
you
no,
again
that's
with an
twice
anecdote.
you've interrupted
Anecdote.
me. No,
Do
you
do
can't.
you remember seeing us out there? I think
No.
one day.
She doesn't
Did I
remember.
yell at you?
You yelled at you got
Did
there's
I?
a span elbow ledge. Do you ever recognize that? That's the boat we're out there out. I was drifting.
she's
I
busy.
think we
She's
might
got-
have drifted some eels a little close to where you had a fish on.
But
Do
what
you
I'm
remember
saying,
us?
no,
Don't.
no,
I
of
don't
course she
remember.
doesn't. She has
I
fish
think
on
so.
every day. But the
But
point,
if I did, I'm sorry.
But like,
No, it's our
you're
fault.
technically like, I don't want to call it a man's world, but forever, your dad can tell you, it's been a man's game, and you're out there, you know, like, no, I got this, and you have to feel that, like, you have to prove yourself sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, I felt like that a lot, and I occasionally do, but I tend to now not really let that bother me. I don't feel like I have to prove myself as much anymore. I think I've done that enough, and I think I've earned enough respect out there where, you know, I don't have to do it anymore, which is a nice feeling, because I felt like that for a long time.
You
that I
just say
had
to the people, like, check out my
I was gonna
Instagram
say,
page.
over
Check out my
50,000
social
followers
media
on
with
Instagram.
my
They
big
get a
fish
sense of who you are.
pictures.
They know you're
Yeah.
the real deal. So
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yep.
There's got to be days, though, where you're like, I don't feel like going fishing today.
Yeah, of course.
Because
It's
that's
just
how I'm here at work
yeah.
like that. So I'm like, I don't
It's
feel
a
like going
job,
to
so any
Right.
day is kind of like, oh, if the weather's not great or you're tired. You know, we work 7 days a week from usually May through end of November. So
Right.
once in a while I'll
That's
get
a
up and
long-
I'm like, ugh, I don't want to go today. But then I'm like, well, I get to catch fish, and then I'm out there and I'm happy. So most of the time.
A lot of pressure, though, right? As a charter
lot.
captain, like when we're out together and we don't catch
We have
anything.
guests. We have guests.
We bring friends out.
If I don't catch a fish,
Oh,
or if I don't catch the right fish, the size fish,
Something to eat.
Yeah, something to keep her.
Right.
Right.
A lot of pressure.
Let's talk quick about species, and then in the next segment too, bring Captain Joe, Dad on, and we'll talk about more species and get in deeper what you like. But like, what do you like catching versus what are the clients now asking, requesting the most of, and what do you see
Scup.
as a-
It's easy to get scup. We catch scup.
Scup.
My favorite is probably tautog fishing in the fall. And
agree.
that has just kind of blew up over the last years. I mean, it's kind of been, it's like a thing now. Everybody wants to go to tautog fishing. We get a lot of clients from New Jersey, New York. They come down in the fall. They'll book, 2 days back to back. They'll book hotels, and they're out there for 8 hours. They're 8-hour trips, and they're hardcore fishermen we get that time of year. And I have grown to really love that fishery.
Going on must too. Yeah.
And we're very lucky here in Rhode Island where we have awesome grounds for it and a really good fishery. But second to that would probably be stripers. Of course, they're a staple here in New England, so who doesn't like catching stripers?
And I want to talk more about the tagging you guys do, but let's talk about that in the next segment as well.
So, yeah.
This topic we have to touch on. Sharkier waters. We've noticed it. Are you, and I know we talked to other charter captains.
Sure.
And they're saying there's more sharks in closer, taking your baits, getting in the way.
People on land don't
unless
believe
you're
us when we tell
targeting them.
I know.
I spearfished last summer. I had my first encounter with the dusk.
You almost
down about
headbutted
20
one.
feet. I almost headbutted.
Went right to
And
us.
of course, the GoPro I had backwards start stop. We'll talk about that in another episode. But are you noticing the same thing? What do you
Definitely.
think?
Yep, no,
Is it
definitely.
a
There's-
nuisance.
I wouldn't say they're a nuisance yet, but there's definitely increase over the last few years. We see them. We're catching more of them when we're sea bass fishing. They'll be taking our sea bass.
Wow.
I know on Block Island they have a really big problem out on Block
Right.
Island. We don't really fish out there much, charters anyway. I mean, I'll go once in a while for fun with friends.
Right.
And I've seen. It's insane. You have to like reel in your fish quickly, or hopefully, or
It's
you
bait.
get
You
turn
get
it into
bait,
like
right.
Florida, like how you have to
Yeah,
like reel
yeah,
in
it's
fast
Florida.
in Florida and
Right.
get away from the sharks. It's kind of the same thing. So,
The tax man, they call him, right?
yep, yep.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, right?
We're gonna take a quick
and
break.
we want you to stick around, and we're going to bring Captain Joe in, the man that started this whole
Yep.
thing.
We talked before. Maybe some of these shows on 12 Plus we have regulars, right? Maybe you guys can be a regular on the show. We can have you back.
Yeah.
No
I love
pressure.
that.
You're
No
on the
pressure.
air right now. Like,
Yeah.
you have to say yes.
Right.
You can't- all
Of course,
right.
I'm gonna say yes.
We'll be right back.
But to book a fishing trip, sarastarcharters.com, and follow Coral on Instagram, professional.hooker on
Correct.
Instagram.
That's me.
We'll be back. In the galley, Saltwater Sessions. Ceviche with fresh striped bass. Just got in from Saltwater Session catching striped bass on the fly. We got one keeper. The limit, as you know, is tight. It's between 28 inches and under 31. This was a 29-inch fish. So we got nice fillets. We're going to make fresh ceviche with this. We got our ingredients. We pulled them on the boat. We got a bowl. We got red onion, fresh lime and lemon, which cures the fish. Mango is my special ingredient. The spicy peppers. We got a jalapeno and a habanero. And I do avocado with it. We're going to cube up the fish. We're going to put it in with lemon juice and the lime juice. That is acid that cures the fish, and that's what cooks it. Sometimes you do little small cubes. I like bigger cubes. And either way, it's going to cure up nice. Some of this dark meat we won't use. And the dark meat's high in omega-3, so we'll give it to the Mavericks. Just throw them in the bowl. Just a little bit of red onion, just chopped small. You don't need too much. The red onion can overpower it. Boom. Mango, key ingredient. Fresh cilantro. I don't think you can overdo it with cilantro. I think it's a critical ingredient. I'll mix that in. Cover and refrigerate. All right, time to serve it. Striped bass ceviche. It's been in for 1 hour. There it is. We're gonna plate this up. Some nice cubes of fish. Garnish it up. A little more cilantro, make it pretty. Crackers. What happens is it's cooked by the citric acid, cured, if you will, brings the pH down. The citric acid brings the pH down, denatures the protein in the fish, and it's tender like it's cooked. Striped bass ceviche. Saltwater Session in the galley. Cheers. Woo! All right, we got a saltwater spot to look at today, Pat. This is good.
What do we got? Where are we going? Take us there, Captain Lee.
Land's End. We know this one. We know it from Land and by Sea.
Yeah, I do. I don't get to see it too much from this perspective, though, right? So you were on the cliff walk?
I shot that video quick because it was the cliff walk where, it's through more than that, three-quarters of the way through.
Right.
We'll show you the map in a second. But just a gorgeous spot. You can hike along the cliff walk. You can get there by the road off of Ocean Drive or, obviously, by sea. I've spearfished from the shore from there. I spearfished from boat from there. And that's where, Ledge Road. Road. And you remember a lot of the charter captains that we talked to in the show, where do they like to set up?
Land's End.
Off Land's End.
Yeah.
It's a broad area. We're not going to give away all the secrets.
Right.
There's fish out there.
Yeah, there are a lot of fish, all sorts of species. Obviously, it depends when and what time of year. But stripers, sea bass, out there. The structure. And if you're going by boat, right, just know where you're going because it gets pretty gnarly there. A lot of rocks. And a lot of people surf out there too, which is, Anyway, yeah, you got to be careful. You got to know where you're going.
Great spot, Land's End. Put it in your saltwater spot bank and get there. Visit that spot, everybody.
Might see us.
Cheers.
Welcome back. Sara Star Charters, a family affair, joined by Captain Joe and his daughter Coral, who run the ship, although Coral Joe told me that she actually runs the ship now, not you. Is that correct?
It's the past 3 years, right, Coral?
Yes, that is
You
correct.
took over.
3 years. I've handed over the helm to her, and I can't get it back.
You can't, do you want it back?
Well, sometimes I think I do, but then she's doing such a great job. I'm like, this is really okay.
Yeah,
but and it's great for her.
And he never said tried to convince you to do this, right? You were like, you got it, you did it a few times, and you were like, wait a second.
I think he didn't want me to do it, to be honest.
I didn't.
Really?
At first, when she came to me, she was 14 years old. She was very shy. It kind of felt like she had a little low self-esteem. Very quiet. And I had big, strong, good-looking guys, good with a joke.
Maybe some
helpful
foul
foamy
words
anchors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure this was going to be a good fit for Coral.
Right.
Plus, there's a lot of, trash talk
Sure.
with guys and stuff,
Yep.
and I didn't want it. I didn't know how it was going to work, but she was insistent, wanted to do it, and she's my daughter. She wants to do something. I'm going to support that. Mm-hmm. So, I took her aboard. It was the best thing I ever did.
Talk about some quality, father-daughter
It was the best thing I ever
That's
did.
the best.
And I would say to her, Coral, we're in the hospitality business. You have to learn to speak to people. When you smile, they'll smile back. If you say hello, they'll say hello back. Ask them what they do. This sort of thing.
Sure.
And one day I saw her standing on the engine box with her hands out like that, talking to a bunch of men.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, look at that."
You're hired. You're in charge.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
She created her own place on this boat.
It's changed so much though since when you started it to where it's evolved now, like everything else with with the social media aspect of it, because there was no internet when he started doing this, and now the way it's just word of mouth, or hey, I got a buddy that runs a charter, you can get. But now you're sort of educating him on what it. Hey, Dad, this is 2026. Here's how we get our message across, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, and you're like, get that camera out of my face.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I definitely brought in the social media aspect, and I run the Sara Star account, and then I run my account, which got it blew up a little bit, and so yeah, I kind of brought that to the boat, and it's helped us, and we get people that come on the boat, and they're from Texas or Ohio, and
Wow.
like, oh, I follow you on Instagram.
No
I'm like,
kidding.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what it
We,
is.
we get into it a little bit sometimes.
We're
but-
a very good team in the
Yeah.
way that I'm old school, she's new school. I've helped her, shown her things that a lot of these guys don't even know how to do. She knows how to pull an anchor and set an anchor. It's old school. Everybody else pushes buttons. She knows how to do that. She's earned that spot lock because she knows how to do all that stuff, and I'm proud of her for
Yeah.
it. So
I don't even know how to set an anchor.
and she's keeps me in the loop with the new stuff, new lightweight tackle, reels, poles, and even electronics. So we're kind of yin and yang, you might say. So it works together very well.
It's a dynamic that is very normal for people that work in family businesses together. But
Right.
when you're out on the water, there's pressure to catch fish. You said you're in the business of entertainment basically and customer service. So there must be some times where you're like, the performance has to be. You have to be on all the time, right? I mean, there's no days off like the Patriots used to say.
Right. Yeah. We work well under pressure, and I think that's why we do well. And we always the people. It's not. He always taught me that it's not always about the fishing. And of course, everyone wants to go out there and catch fish. But if you make a good experience and you create memories and you're happy out there and making people feel comfortable and having fun, it's really all they care about. Especially people that are here on vacation and they just want to, like the idea of going fishing and they just want an experience. So, of course, there's always that pressure. We want to catch fish more than anybody. Like
No
on the
kidding.
boat.
Don't we all?
The charter guests, always think they want to catch the fish the most. No, we want to catch
yeah.
fish more than you do. So it really matters to us, and we really try our all every trip. And we usually make out pretty good. But yeah, there's always that element of, you feel the pressure and,
Oh, it happens,
or
yeah.
they want to take fish home, or you're catching overslot stripers and you can't find, the smaller ones, or, but that happens and it's fishing. So
We give it our best.
Yeah, speaking of catching fish, we were looking at your website and about tagging fish and naming fish, and that's so fascinating that a lot of people don't even realize that exists in the world that is out there in the ocean. So talk a little bit about that and how you got into it.
Yeah, so I got into it, probably 5-6 years ago now. I really started it when they I was tagging myself here and there, and then when they did the regulation where they made a slot on the stripers and we had to throw big ones back, I decided to incorporate it on charters because it gave our guests something to kind of look forward to, because they were a little disappointed that they have to throw the fish back and they didn't understand why. So as your job as a charter captain is to educate them
Sure.
onto why that is and how that could be helpful. And so I started incorporating the tagging with those. So instead of like, oh well, we have to let it go, but I tagged it, you get to name it, fill out this card, if it gets recaptured you get a phone call, and they think that's the coolest thing, and they like naming the fish, and it's cool, and kids love it, and everybody actually loves it. Even grown men think they're like sitting there around the settee thinking about names to write down on the card. So
And they can be part of that conservation effort.
Right.
Yeah. Which has
Which
changed.
is something to feel good about.
Yeah.
Instead of killing these
Right.
big, giant, beautiful fish.
Yeah. Before we go, obviously, really happy to have you both in, but I want you to, in the last minute we have, tell people that will see this how they can be a part of your experience on the charter.
Yeah, we have a website, www.sarastarcharters.com, and all our reservations are done over the phone. But on the website, you can see pictures, you can read about me and my dad, and get pricing and all that details that you need. And then you can pick up the phone and give us a call. And you can also follow us on Sara Star Charters on Instagram. And then my page is professional.hooker, which I post a lot of raw clips on there on my story about what it's like working out there on the boat. So it's pretty fun.
And she packs your lunch every day, or you pack the lunch and
I
she just
pack
takes
my
video
lunch,
of it.
Yeah, best that I can. Sometimes I'm in a hurry, and you can tell. But anyway, I'd like to say something about the reservations. I like doing it the old-fashioned way, which is somebody calls and they make a reservation rather than you do it online. I want to talk to the person. I want to know who they are. I want to tailor the trip to them, and I want them to know who we are. And that's important to me, and that's why I do it the way I do. I don't want a machine or a computer. I want them to hear my voice. I want them to know what's going on.
I love it. In a world of automation, you still want to keep it personal, the personal
right.
touch.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Captain Joe, Captain Coral, thanks so much for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, checking in on this week's Saltwater Life Moments. We have a couple new submissions, which is great. People are sending us video. Look at this. We have...
Your content helps our content, is basically what we're saying.
Roll it in, Pat.
Look
Did you
at
see this
this.
yet? This is
Wow.
Mike from Portsmouth again, another Portsmouth person.
Do we say, where is this?
This is... Looks
Do you know?
like... I remember they put in the comments Weaver Cove, I believe.
Oh, wow.
So this is tucked in the bay. So
Wow.
beautiful sunset striper. Look at that. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And he's tight, fighting it at the sunset. Good video, whoever took it. And there's the final result.
There it is.
Beautiful,
Good job,
beautiful,
Mike.
beautiful.
Both,
All right.
They're both smiling, Mike and the fish.
And speaking of Saltwater Life moments, there's stuff going on, moments out front that you're spotting in the news in the morning, right?
The best part about the morning news is we have all these cameras set up right along the water, whether it be Narragansett or Block Island. This is our new camera out on Block Island. Ballards looking east. Look in the water right there. Now, initially, I thought this was a lot of different species, but you can see the splashes and the birds and all these things. And I thought maybe tuna. I thought stripers. But it turns out, as we stay on this video here, you can sort of make out the
Pot of
dorsal fin of
dolphins.
pot of dolphins, which is very common this time of year. I mean, I've seen them off Newport in the Saconnet River,
Yep.
But they were definitely feasting on something that morning because they were together for a while, popping up and, having themselves a nice snack.
And that life
For sure.
moment went pretty viral. Our team socialed it out.
Yeah.
Everyone's excited. There's so much life out there this year, right? We got dolphins. We got the shark, the Atlantic Shark Institute.
Look at this. I mean,
They-
this is a great white.
They shared this video
What
with
was
us.
this, 3 miles off Block Island or so? They
It
say
was
about
about
a couple
3 miles off. They had to search the Atlantic Shark Institute. We're going to talk to them in an episode, but they had to do search patterns to try to find the dead whale, found the whale,
right.
and found the shark, and
Found the
got this video. So that is just epic.
And in July, we also saw a hammerhead off of Brenton Reef, a thresher shark in Jamestown, Mackerel Cove. So, it is more active than, I know we've talked about this, but the amount of sea life that we didn't see typically here 20, 30 years ago, it's like an aquarium out there now. It's wild.
Great time to have a Saltwater Sessions show because it's really lighting up. It's getting more and more active. Maybe
Good thing you
because-
thought of this. This
maybe
is a great
because,
idea.
We're immersing ourselves. Thanks for watching. Keep sending Saltwater Life moments and let us know. Be a part of it.